Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be a live trade where I try to capture some of my trades as they play out live. Market opens up here in less than 1 minute. Real quick, what do I mean by live? What I mean is that this is a situation where I do not know what's coming next, and I'm recording myself seeing the information for the very first time, as opposed to having already recorded everything, and now I'm sitting here explaining what's already happened. So this is not a trade recap. This is not some sort of post commentary. I don't know what's coming next. So if you're looking for just an unscripted look into what it's like to be a day trader, how day trading can play out, then this will definitely be a video for you. So I will go ahead and pause for now, and I'll be back here in just a few moments. All right, the markets are open. I'm watching 437.50 very closely, but I don't want to take it on this opening minute just because mRNA can be so volatile. I suppose I could, but I'd have to do it with reduced position size. So maybe I will. So in there at 437. Can we get the break of 436? Knocking on the door, 436. There we go. Well, shoulda, coulda, woulda done more than 50 shares, but definitely was a risky trade because it was during that opening. How in the world did I only make $3 on that? Oh, yeah. Basically, wow. Well, I mean, I'm glad I got out, but basically made $1 per share and then lost $1 per share on 25 shares. And look at that. Okay, well, I'm glad I got it where I did. Wow. All right. And that's why in many cases, I don't take that first candle because, I mean, it can be very volatile. Now, I did do it the right way in the sense of I acknowledged the risk, severely reduced position size. But look at that. I mean, that thing was looking like a very solid trade. And then that fast, it just turned around on me and then completely jumped the other way. So, wow. I'm glad I caught that on video. That's kind of in a frustrating kind of way. I'm glad we at least captured that. So you could see exactly how crazy that opening minute can be and how fast things can just all of a sudden turn around. So I'm going to keep an eye down there on that general area, and we'll see if the price comes back into play again. But also got to acknowledge just how jumpy this one actually is. So yeah, I'm up $3.80 after. I'm still looking at that math. I mean, it makes sense because basically I took 25 shares out for over $1, which was good. But then because it jumped so fast against me, basically lost that same amount against me, meaning that I came out just barely ahead with $3.80. But all right, it is what it is. I will go ahead and pause and let's see what else is out there. Okay, watching 435 here to potentially go short again. In there at 434. Very nice, very nice. Let's see if this thing can get down more here. I'd like to see if this thing can get down to 432. But 432.60 being a very stubborn area. Let's see if we can get more. Might have to go through a little bit of a bounce here. $430. Now I'm just thinking, do I want to add some more here? But let's see here. Again, trying to give this thing some time here to work for me. See if it can make that break of 433. It's still like 432, but I don't know if I'm just being a greedy savage in that regard or if that can really happen. But just want to let this thing take a little breath and then hopefully resume downwards. Yeah, let's see, 430. Yeah, if this goes up over 437, I'll get out. But I'm thinking, do I want to add in another 50 shares at 433? I'll add to the winner here. At 433, add in another 25 shares with the idea that it then goes down there and breaks through 432. But first need to see, get down to 433. All right, now, whoa, okay. And this looking like that fast turned around on me here. Again, over 437, I got to be out. But I will definitely add now if this thing comes back down to 433. In fact, I'm going to add in 50 more. Let's see if it can come down to 433. That would be a crazy candle. Okay, watching 433 closely. In there for some more. Let's see if I can get finally down to 432 here. Maybe I got suckered in. I mean, I had to add to that after that candle. That was just a crazy candle. But maybe I got suckered in. I don't know. We'll see. If this thing comes back down to 433, I'm going to add in another 50 shares. But I could be getting stopped out here too. All right, well, let's see. I'll let the video play here just a little bit more. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pause, and if it looks like nope, I'm going to keep it going now. It's looking like I could be getting stopped out here. Again, 437 is my stop. Oh. Got to get out. So there we are, down $300 on the trade. I added, and then it turned around on me. So not pleasant when that happens, but it does happen. And sometimes you'll add to a winner. In fact, there's a bunch of videos on the channel where I add to a winner and it goes very nicely. And, the gains just get that much larger. But sometimes you'll add. And I mean, that was a great candle. When the chart was looking like that, absolutely loved it. And I did get a breakdown. I just never got any sort of follow through from it. So it is what it is. Nothing that, oh boy, now it's coming back down. It's really that 433. I still feel like there's a, now if it really comes back down there. Okay, 433 in there at 433. Can we finally get the break here? That seems to be the trend line right there that needs to be broken. I mean, can the price actually push down through that trend line? $432.50. Debating, do I want to try adding again? Again, it's got to be adding to a winner here. Yeah, 432.50. I'm going to add in another 50 shares. But 433, it's got to be broken first. Definitely some patience being required here. Bit of a bounce, which is to be expected. Definitely is a volatile one. But yeah, not willing to add unless it comes and shows me that it wants to break down through that trend line. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pause for now. All right, kind of moving. But 433 is still going to be, look at that. Gets down to that trend line, then bounces. But 433, that's the level that I want to see if it can be broken. And then look for the add at 432.50. All right, well, it was looking like maybe a move was coming, but now it's bouncing, so I will go ahead and pause again. All right, nearing 433 maybe. And I apologize. But like I said, these are live, so I don't know what's coming next. I don't know when this thing is going to break, if it's going to break at all. So I figured I'd get the video rolling when it looks like it's close. In fact, if 433 is broken, I'm just going to hop in at that point. So I think that'll be the key break point. So 433, watching. Once, look at that trend line. Bounced right off that red line, literally. Watching closely. Okay, in there, added some more. Can we get, there we go. I want 431, come on. Come on down to 431. Big volume on the breakdown. Still have 50 shares left. Would still love to give this thing a chance to get down to 431. Or I should say to break down through 431 because it's actually tapped 431. But 432 now being pretty stubborn. So 431 can be broken. I think 430.75. I think I can get a little bit more. Which is fine. Just needing to take a little breath here, hopefully, before resuming downwards. Approaching 431. Now the question is, can it get the break? Oh, you dirty dog. So, what a little tease. Oh, come on now. Can it finally get the break? Got to think if it does get the break, it'll move quite nicely. But to be fair, it also seems like a pretty big if as of right now. Wow, that one time it really was looking like it was going to fail. I'm going to have dreams about this 431 mark. At this point, I think it's got a great chance to go down to 430 if it breaks. So I'm going to go for a little bit more on this next. Come on. Push down through. Look at that. Just knocking on the door. Yes, 431 will haunt my dreams. Hey, there we go. That was it? All right, well, I took off another 25 there because that was a very lackluster break. It may still go, which is why I still have 25 shares, but that was just a terrible break. Now, 430, I would expect to be quite stubborn, but I would love to be wrong. All right, I'm going to call it good. And hey, there we go. Look at that. I guess if I was trading P&L, I probably would still be holding right now saying, well, let's let this thing go a little bit further so I can try to get that back to green. But $6.76 loss. But considering I was down 300, I will definitely take it. And what made that essentially possible was I added to that trade again. And that gave me more shares to work with. And that ultimately allowed this to turn out. What was my first entry point at anyways? 433. All right. Overall, I'll take it. I'm trying to debate. Right now, the voice in my head, as I like to call it, the YouTube voice, is saying, well, Clay, it'd be kind of cooler if you could like do a video where you went from being red to back in the green. But at the same time, you know, I got to be very careful because sometimes that voice makes me want to do very silly things in the sake of, you know, making a cool YouTube video. And yeah, I want to make cool YouTube videos. I have no problem admitting that, but I'm also here to trade disciplined and not gamble and not do stupid things. So I got to be very careful with that voice. But we'll see. It's almost 10 o'clock, and I usually like to be done by 10 o'clock. And I might just call this good. I mean, losing $6, well, I don't know, with commissions, let's call it, I don't know, $10, $12, losing $12, that's something where I feel as though I can eventually be okay. But very happy with how I played that one. Gave it plenty of time. 431 finally did break. And it just, yeah, I thought it would make quite a bit of a move more, and it didn't. And yes, I know, Clay, you should have never even gotten out up there because it eventually came right back down. And you're right, but that's hindsight for you. What happens had the price continue to go up and up and up and up and up? Then that $300 loss could have been so much bigger. But by just taking the loss and then re-entering the trade, you know, I've now been able to, you know, manage that back to a very manageable level. Where maybe not today, but certainly in the coming days, I'm confident I'll be able to make 10 to $15. I think I'll be able to do that. But yeah, I'll pause. I'll look around, but I'm pretty sure I'll be done. But I'll look around for just a few more moments. And that is it. I am going to go ahead and wrap things up. So overall, down, like I said, with commissions, $10 or so. And I'll just have to live to fight another day. But in all actuality, very pleased with how I traded today. That first trade was just crazy. Second trade was, it is what it is. Got a great candle, added to it, and then it ultimately bounced up. Of course, in hindsight, why did you get stopped out? Well, I mean, that's just how trading goes sometimes. Got stopped out, then came in my favor, took the trade again, added to the trade, which, you know, basically wiped away that 300, you know, $15-ish that I was down, and now only has me down at basically, like I said, $10. So I'm going to take it. So choppy day, but one of those days where, you know, it just happens where you like a setup's behaving greatly, and then it just decides to turn around, cheap shot you out, and then come right back down. And I shouldn't say cheap shot because that's not what it was. It was just came up and violated a place where on the chart where I thought it was a valid area to have to kind of wave the white flag. But if I did anything right, it was, you know, I didn't take my ball and go home and cry about it. I watched it. I saw another setup take place, took that setup, and then ultimately almost brought myself back to the green, but that is okay. So if you do enjoy these live trade videos, one big request on my part, because these are live, they're not easy at all to make. I have to think for myself. I have to think about what I'm going to say to you. I have to talk to you. I have to think about my own trades. I have to make alerts in my private community. So there's just a lot going on. And while the videos are possible, they're just difficult. So if you enjoy these videos and if you would like for me to continue to make them, then please communicate that to me by hitting the like button and then leaving a basic comment. Even if it's just saying hi, any sort of number of your choosing, anything, a smiley face. But those two things, hitting that like, I think I'm supposed to say smash that like button and then leaving a comment. But those two things go a long way in communicating to me that you do enjoy these videos. And as long as I know people are enjoying, then I have no problem at all continuing to do them. So thank you for hanging out. And just realize these sorts of days happen. But remember, our main goal as a trader is to first off survive so that we can eventually thrive. And today was just a survival day. But there's no doubt in my mind that in the future, there will be opportunities to truly thrive. And that's where you ultimately keep your account growing in the upwards direction. Some days are survival, and then other days will be all about thriving. So I look forward to that in future videos. But everybody take care. Have a good one. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.